It always drips. You pour faster, you pour slower, higher, lower, it always drips. Staining the countertop and stinging your palm, but you like the mug. And how lucky. You only get one. And so, even with its stain down the side and the lone rings left on the table, you learn to love it. As they always said, beauty is not what just meets the eye. It's in the moments when we try to soar high and touch the sky, wearing your stains with confidence undenied, for you are good inside. And if others dare say otherwise, you have me to confide. You felt lucky. Not many get unconditional love. Its neatly tucked quilt smothers your groans. Its neatly packed lunch will clutch at the thrown stones of the phone's notifications. These creeping crashes and lashes, it plasters the incisions of nihilist conditions with a simple umbrella. As pouring rain yelled for more restoration, back to the comfort, back to the protection, even when the storm grew more severe, the umbrella never disappeared. Until it did. Lost its grip to the sky's accessories, departing for lands lodged in natal memories. You chase in a wail of reaching limbs and legs, your arms outstretched, unable to grasp at a past life desire. One once filled with love and grace, now wet and dismal, a hollow space. Alone, your knees opposite a single stone, 6 foot high you were to them, yet in grass overgrown. Here they'll lie unreached by sky, you never got to say goodbye. Like the rings of coffee you left on the table, never not cleaned up by the mail. Because the mail was always there. It was always coming, and it was always boring, and it was always nothing. So you took it for granted. Threw it away without a thanks. But they didn't mind the confines of these undefined, unsigned agreements. Still always there to assure you, congratulate you, remind you. They never asked for help. Their masked frown always unfound, unseen, their fabric covering to comfort crisis towards a familiar soothe. You remember their displays, you remember the solace they gave, you remember. And now that ember with such a crave is nothing but a flickering flare defined to foam. To refuse from home to home, holding such yearning of these memories, of their love, their gentle touch, now high above. This pain weighs over the days, they haze, this maze decays months into years, you still trapped in these tears, but don't you see? You're no longer a little kid. In the present, your gift was never knowing what it sounded like to hear the words, I see you, I'm proud of you, I'm glad you're here, you really make a difference. Suddenly the sky is unreachable when you're a shadow of expectations. A stealthy predation, they edge their way closer, driven by the smell of disappointment, motivated by venomous societal morale. Each bite intended for positive change, each bite a bar in your cage, an uncompromising dictation of exchange. And the coffee isn't even good. It's always too dark, too sweet, too hot, not strong enough, not nice enough, not mean enough. Maybe it's the mug. You with such hunger for affection are left starving. Starved of attention, starved of affirmation, starved of being told that you are enough. Could it be? Possibly you're chronically want to be stained mug, holding back the confectioned sugars of little crystals, titillating the light. With affection needing to be earned, comfortability with replaceability provides the only sustenance to survive. The acceptance of the fact you're only as good as you are useful, you're only as valuable as you are needed by others, but as a disgrace. Can't be surprised when they say all you do is take up space. They don't spill a drop. At least in the ones you've seen with green pull eyes sick with what they have swallowed. See, they use a new mug every week. Tall, short, soft, strong, colourful. Oh, the mugs they use, so many to choose, always sparkling, always new, always perfect hues, on display like shining stars at bars, playing guitars, smoking cigars. Oh, to be those perfect mugs, inspiring with pride, always enjoy, always loved, always happy. Do stains kill happiness? A question you ponder as you sit there alone. A damaged vessel that nobody will own, with this longing to be clean and bright, a source of delight, but each time the snow turns to rain, the stain remains unchanged. You keep doing the same. And each time the rain shall stop, and each time a wondrous light will fill each dark round drop, and each time you hope the sun shines bright, you hope. It reveals a lovely sight. But most times you fear that sight. Most times you fear what opening the blinds does to a room that was left unseen, untouched, uncorrupted by sunlight, uncorrupted by harsh truth. An unforgiving, sharp, jagged blade that cuts through lies and masquerade. It spares no one, rich nor poor, each unstitched gaping sore. How raw the cuts, how raw the pain. It contains the honest glass veins. You see, the corner of this room holds a broken mirror. Through delusions, it shatters true conclusions. These extrusions break down sincere safety. A lying torch that cannot be dimmed, burning pride, ashes implied, with no one to confide. This glass has no mercy, no pity, no grace. It stares you down with a cruel embrace, reflecting the image you once held dear, now with the imperfections to which others adhere. You confused, the only mug unused, yet mentally abused. You ask why. And they're too honest with you, too harsh with you, too truths for you. And crashing down your contents cry. You had already fallen. Like the continuous strips that dropped dregs of drink, desolate and discarded, damaged and dented. Bluer than the sky, the words still ring around and around and around. A constant echo, it won't let go. This overflow, overcoming over everything. creeping and crawling. You fear it feeding on shed tears still bleeding. Black, sweet blood mouthfuls, its growls pull full, an unrelenting game, an endless refrain. It takes control, longing to be out of this frame, to escape your stain, to be stainless. A welcome illness, a stillness in this emptiness to be fed. Eat, but don't feed this need. You can't concede a single fight. Eat a single bite despite eat. Hunger, consuming, abusing. Oh, how amusing each shedded pound. A scarring receipt mentally bound. Eat, sanity maimed. The voice laughed, tattletale, demanding obedience. Oh, hail the numbers on that scale. Digits. Moving to this rhyming tune of sticks and stones, your shattered silicone dancing away. It was a beautiful dance. This kaleidoscope of lasting light, refracting the shattering past, the lost gloss, releasing a comfort unsurpassed. Cease the names. Oh, but now they change, they shift, they rearrange. Opposite directions they go, yet still holding the same weight they are thrown. Cracking dams, slowly emptying themselves until you feel nothing. You drown when you linger in this never-ending abyss, by nature eternal in size, swallowing every hope of a dream. Don't tell them! Don't tell them. That hurts less than sticks and stones. Each milestone, another tombstone, another ingrown hereditary monotone cocktail of 1 part desertion and 3 parts self-tragedy, self-absentee, self-cavity. You're asking for a strategy? Only mental haven is the physical hell. Only friend is the weight prescribed. Live like the uphills are mountains and the downhills are cliffs. 4 fists, suicidal, a tidal wave for antidepressants. You wish for the tangible. Something you can physically fight, anything other than these raging currents of negative thoughts up your arm. An uncooperative mass parade of red hopes and dreams leaving your skin behind. This coffee spoon, mixing, stirring, scraping ripples on the surface, mixing bitterness with sweetness for wholeness. And though the cracks may show, leaking espresso, it never weighed more so. Ever harder to grip, hoping for one more sip before you slip. A slow drip marks the end of the warmth and comfort. The mug, empty and bare, how dare you compare where their stares drill tears at the refill? Resist potential completeness, resist through the heaviness of this emptiness, resist venomous fulfillment, exist, please persist, but not down this lane. Consuming yourself, enduring non-self. Did you forget the strength in grumbling? Yes, you endured pain's exchange. And now change. Reject his offers of a dance so strange. Reject his gentle touch, such marks clutch on heart. Restart. I beg you, leave the dance floor. And if he casts you to the dirt, root firmly in the soil's embrace. Let the beautiful solitude plant the seeds, encouraging growth. Embrace the freedom of infiltrating blossoms. Watch their resilience anchor and progress through each weathered setback. Its root held so tightly to the vibrant green haze. Be amazed, the sun does indeed shine. See, sometimes it's the unwanted gifts, the unloved stains that seed what you truly deserve to hold within your mug.